Hello, hello. Welcome back. It is Dana. We are here doing Peaky Blinders Season 4, Episode 2. It's called Heathens. Last episode was horrendous. I'm pretty sure at the end of it, I just sat and stared for a good long while. And I watched that episode about 5 days ago, I think, and I'm still not completely believing the thing that I saw. So, quick recap. The beginning of the episode, everybody's about to hang. Tommy, of course, comes in with some plan to get them out of hanging because he's got an OBE and he's hanging out with whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is, he gets them all off. And, although this plan was in motion apparently for a while. So, they're all off. Okay. However, after that, with the exception of, Ada, nobody is really in touch with Tommy. Michael is a little bit, but it seems very, formal. It doesn't really seem like he really wants to have anything to do with Tommy. But everyone else is sort of off doing their own thing. Whatever's happening happens. And as this is all going on, everybody in the family starts receiving this black hand, which I guess means that there's some kind of, hit out on them, essentially, by the Italians, pretty sure. So Tommy's like, all right, we got to figure this out. We all really need to be together to get through this because it's kind of a problem. And I know that we're not really speaking or whatever, but we're all going to have to, make this work. So he gets in touch with everybody except John? I think except John. So Michael goes to get John and Esme and bring them to wherever they're meeting. And as this is happening, everybody's mad. Esme is completely, they don't want anything to do with this. Linda doesn't want anything to do with this. They all just want the Peaky Blinders to go away, and they just want to live their own lives the way that they're living them. And as Michael is there trying to get John and Esme, a cart with hay on it, pulls up to the house, and this hay is concealing some hitmen with guns, and they proceed to then shoot at and what appears actually murder John and Michael. Now, the episode ends without a definitive, yes, they're dead. However, it isn't at the end of season 1, I think, when Grace shot Campbell, and I was like, she shot him in the leg? There's no way. Her hand was too high. Yada, yada, yada. But we didn't actually see it. So when he comes back, it's plausible that her aim was off, I guess. However, in this instance, while we do not see a deceased Michael or John, we do see both of them take multiple bullets in the chest. And I cannot fathom in any universe how either one of them could have survived this. And if it were any other show, I might say this is a trick, but I don't think this show is going to play that way. So basically, we're opening season 4 with the deaths of John and Michael. Now, prior to this happening, Polly was already a hot mess. I mean, she's in bad shape, man. So I cannot imagine what Michael being dead is going to do to her. I don't know how she's going to get worse, but she has to because this is what happens. So, that said, I'm both anxious to watch this episode and I'm dreading having to watch this episode. So, I almost delayed this filming until tomorrow, but I'm not going to. And we're here and we're going to do it now. So, here we go. We're just going to jump in. This is Peaky Blinders, Season 4, Episode 2, Heathens. Let's go. so anxious. Alright, so we're home. That sounds like sad music. Is this one of John's kids? He's got a whole bunch, I think. Oh no, it's probably his kid. Dude. Oh, Michael's moving. I don't think John is moving though. Oh, Esme. Oh my god, that anguish on Esme's face. How did Polly get here so fast?
No, I don't want fucking kids in here. I want soldiers. I want fucking kids who joined us for the sport. I want men who served in here.
You've got to let him, Polly, you got to let them take care of him.
Do their job. I'll get soldiers. I'll be back. I'll be back.
How in the world could Michael possibly have survived that?
Is it him? Yeah. He's on fucking doorstep.
I cannot even begin to think about what Tommy is going to do in retaliation for this.
Okay, John. Then like me, Windsor. My promise, Tata. Come on.
And the worst part is this all happens when they're not really acting like a family. So John died and they weren't even on good terms.
In the black midwinter.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I mean, I love the fact that she really, really loves John. Like, I mean, from a story point, she was just sort of given as like a bargaining chip, but she ended up becoming like fiercely protective and in love of this man.
Have peace for either of you. Ever. Stuff will stay with me. Taking the children. You were decent people. You'll never know the cursed side of this family.
They were trying to get out.
Tommy, they're gathered.
Why is the tub in the same room as the bed? Is that common at this point in time? Wonder how Linda's gonna deal with this. She didn't want anything to do with any of this. Polly's here. What does that say about Michael? I can't imagine she'd leave him.
That's when he's gone on the road with the ladies. She's taking the kids.
I don't think that's such a bad idea.
I say it's 60-40 in his favour. Speak to someone. I still live.
Oh, Polly.
Men from New York and Sicily here in Birmingham.
These men will not leave our city until the whole family is dead.
Okay, but...
It's called vendetta. Yeah. Well,
An eye for an eye. One person, and they got one, so it should be done now.
it says Luca. He is the oldest brother. We'll put this bullet into his fucking head.
I don't think Linda's gonna like that.
There's been some bad blood between us.
Oh, Polly. She's such a mess right now.
Until this business is settled, we stay together. We stay here. Small Heath, but send a message to Abraham Gold.
Who is that?
No, Tom. I'll get you 50 Liban. I don't need good men, Johnny, for this. I need bad men. Tommy, his people are fucking savages. You know, heathens.
This is the plan. Bullet with a name on it. Help from a bunch of savages.
I've spoken to Moss. Moss. I've spoken to Moss.
Polly, you're gonna end up getting yourself killed.
Real or not real, the coppers don't give a fuck about us. Alright? We have to agree to end this war between us. Take a vote. Peace.
Peace. Peace.
Peace. Peace.
Polly?
Let him have his say. Finn, sit at the table.
My son's not here to speak. So I'll speak on behalf of us both.
Polly?
Truce.
Alright, I think that's okay.
4 for peace. 2 for truce and abstention. Let's get on with the war.
Alright, so is the whole rest of this season gonna be about... Is this the whole plot of the season? Is this gonna take another 5 episodes? That makes it sound like I wouldn't want to watch that. I will, and I'll happily watch it. I'm just curious.
Losing for the goalkeeper.
Dan Shublin plays in goal for the Blues. And Tommy Jackson for the Villa.
Fair enough.
These are questions to make sure they...
We need more ammunition.
To make sure that they are, who they say they are.
We're like sitting ducks here if the wops come.
Yeah, well, Tommy said we should do it in the open.
I mean, are you armed? Are you... I'm sure you all are.
This is how John wanted to go. On the smoke. The truth is, we were cut off from the retreat. No bullets left. While we waited, we'd all remember.
You remember that God spared you? Or what did you do with that extra time that he gave you, eh, Thomas?
Polly, I know you're upset, and you have every right to be upset right now, but you're part of this. You're in just as much as everyone else. And I really hate having anything bad to say about Polly, because I love Polly. Alright, somebody is... Don't you have guys, like, watching the perimeter? Oh, God. Somebody notice what's happening! Oh.
invitation to Abraham Gold. Oh, fuck.
Put us out in the open on purpose. You used John's funeral fire as a fucking beacon.
We were never in it.
You set a trap with us as fucking bait!
Alright, now you can be angry, Polly.
That's the language of vendetta. I take one of ours. We take two of theirs.
When did we vote on this, Tommy?
Early? Because this is how it's gonna be! Polly!
I'm not staying for this.
Arms 57 Watery Lane. You go there. Lock the doors. You wait for me.
Well, it's alright, I never liked you anyway. She's very controlling. I just have some... I don't know what it is about Linda. I don't
Number 57.
like
Going home to
her.
You will stay here until it's over. Take the fucking key, Linda. Look, away from here, you are a weak... Take it. Put the kettle on. Wait for your husband.
Yeah, probably doesn't like you. Okay, so the guys that they shot, was Tommy being truthful when he said that they were just nobodies? And this is sort of like a message to be like, hey, if you come after us...
Not too far, not too deep, Curly. I need a message to get through. Okay, Tom. Finn, you go with him. Go on.
Oh, Polly's gonna be mad when she walks in and sees them asleep.
On your feet.
Like I said. I'm surprised she's not more mad.
Wait outside.
Is he awake? No, I don't think so. Oh, I guess he is awake.
They said you'd be out cold.
I have no idea how Michael lives through this.
Doctor said they say you look like a football.
What else did he say?
He said you took 4 bullets. Anyone was alive.
Oh.
It was ricochet. 2 already spent.
What does that mean?
2 past 3, John.
Oh.
Last thing I remember was his face.
Alright, I guess that sort of makes sense as to how he lived.
I watched him go.
He's trying to send him to Australia?
Loud.
It's not so loud.
Just me and you. Straight. America's no good because that's where they are. But there's no Italians in Australia.
I think there are, Mum.
Bad ones like me. So don't you worry about me.
I think you should worry about her.
Get better.
She is a
The
mess.
doctors, there's a bird that leaves on February the 13th.
Tell Tommy I need to see him. Tell him to ring him.
Just be you, me, and your sister. Because I found out where she was buried. Somewhere outside Melbourne.
Listen, Mum.
Oh,
I'm gonna get better slowly.
the hope in her eyes right
You
now.
need to get better fast. Without him, they'll take us all. You've got to get us through this.
Oh, it's so not what she wanted to hear, but he's right.
Hold that train with you and we'll go to Australia.
Oh, shit, that makes me think he's not gonna make it. One of them's not gonna make it, like, to that point. Alright, so these are the gold people who are heathens and savages that we have hired to protect them from the mafia. Yes?
Okay, you're on, Mr. Strong. How much would you take for it?
It's not for sale.
Not for sale. Okay.
That makes me anxious, and now they're just gonna steal it. He was the one who was concerned about getting into business with them, too, I'm pretty sure.
I just took a look around. I like this place. How much?
Okay, that is gold.
Nothing you see here is for sale, Mr. Gold.
Oh, everything is for sale. Everything.
This yard has been in his family since they settled.
I mean, I've decided to make it part of our deal.
So, they were all right, Tommy. You shouldn't have gotten in bed with these people.
I'm gonna spin a coin for your yard, Charlie.
Going to what?
If it's heads, happy here takes all of this with my blessing.
Tommy.
And if it's tails, I'd fuck your daughter, Mr. Gold. Yeah, toss the coin, Mr. Gold.
I'm surprised that this is like a problem for him. He seems like the kind of guy who would be like, sure, I'll put my daughter up as collateral.
Please don't believe this is a joke. The coin to us is sacred. Yes, Arthur?
Sacred.
I think he probably should have made it
Toss the coin, Mr. Gold.
a little more than just like one fuck with the daughter. It should have been like, you know, I get your daughter. Because that seems more in line with a whole yard.
No wages today. But with this penny, I will buy a flower to put on your grave.
And before
Man.
that time,
Tommy is just getting
please
so
don't again disrespect
hard.
my friends or the valued property.
Like, you sort of think, like, if anything is happening, like, you want Tommy to be around and on your side. However, if Tommy is around and on your side, it seems so much more likely that you're going to need Tommy by your side.
Never thought my high fucking heels from Paris would be stepping through the whole shit of Small Heath ever again.
Polly seems a little bit more like herself. Maybe.
How's Michael?
You said 8 men from New York, 7
I need you back, Polly.
paying whores for sex. Paying
That's
killers
what they're
to kill.
for.
Yeah, nothing for nothing.
Poor Thomas.
Your mother went this way. Spirits and ghosts, tablets, fucking seances. It's getting us kids halfway to fucking...
I'm just like you now. You and Arthur.
What does that mean?
I was dead in that noose. And then I
Oh.
was saved. So everything from now on is extra. But what I didn't understand is when you're dead already, you're free.
Fuck.
I'll help you because Michael wants me to help you. Get your horse vetted by Lizzie. They'll use your weakness. Don't take any new men on in the factories unless you know their families. And your new friend,
I think we should just take him out right now. He freaks me out.
he wants something other than just money.
Yeah, he wants this whole yard and probably everything else to do with it.
The air around people, it's not just the tablets. Ask him what he really wants.
Well, it is definitely always good to have Polly and Tommy on the same side. But I'm confused as to what's happening with the whores. The whores are working in the factories now? Yeah, I don't like you. I mean, I'm not supposed to, I'm sure, but... Why is that guy, like, being sketchy? The horse groomer.
Other than money, a scrapyard is clearly not for sale. What is it that you want from me, Mr. Gold?
How do you know I want anything from you? Barney, take off your shirt.
See, I knew there was something with him.
I want you to help my son achieve his ambition.
Oh. Why does he think Tommy can do that? I mean, Arthur can box. Sort of. Alright, that actually doesn't seem like the worst. I mean, of all the things he could want, helping his son become like a boxer does not seem like the worst of things. What was that about?
Who is it?
Inspector Moss.
looking for Tommy.
He's at Charlie's. But I wouldn't go there, some bad men have arrived.
Yes, I've heard. The intelligence service in London have sent 7 officers up to Birmingham to take out the investigation into communists and seditionists. They've got a list of people. Top of that list was Ada Thorne, formerly Shelby. Now they seem to think that
Here.
Ada Shelby's now firmly back in place in the family business.
you get a mark against your name. It's very hard to shift it.
I told them there's a queue. Everybody wants a Shelby.
When did Linda become so ballsy?
You tell Tommy. I think he'll understand.
I'm very surprised. That is not what I expected to get from Linda. I thought she would be, like, more on the proper side of things.
Hello, Curly. I'm here to collect Mr. Shelby's horse. I'm a little early, I think. How is Mr. Shelby?
Well, now he's got the Americans after him. He's a bit hard on people.
The Americans?
I guess she knows that.
Yeah, they want to kill us all.
Curly!
But we got guns and grenades and police bags. So
Curly! Stop telling all the business! Oh my god. Somebody's gotta put a muzzle on him.
Mr. Shelby, thank God you're back. We've got real trouble.
Meeting's what I'm today. Clearest place here with this car backing it on the feet of Love and a bell.
The drum.
Yep, and a bell.
Mr. Shelby, this place is about to explode. Oh, by the way, the revolution's scheduled to begin at noon.
Which is in between meetings.
Somebody who wants to fight you. On he goes. Come here, son.
Yeah, we're not damaging. The blinders will take my eyes.
Now come back, Billy. It's just a fight. Queensbury rules.
When?
Now. Who tries to hide you with me? I'll give you good odds.
I don't know. This seems like it came out of nowhere. But I mean, they are very good at betting. So I'm wondering if it's not really about his son doing the boxing, but about the gambling aspect, maybe? This came together really quickly, too.
Told him in the professional game people want their money's worth. Don't win too fast. But if you've seen enough...
Finish it, buddy! Fuck me. That was a punch.
So are we going to be moving from horse racing into boxing?
How many fights?
25, bare knuckle, all knockouts. 5 with gloves in pastures, all knockouts.
Against Romney fighters.
That's why they won't let us in the fairs no more. He keeps winning.
I can fight a fucking tree and knock it out, Mr. Shelby.
I do like him a lot better than the father. Still trying to figure out how this all plays in, though.
Yeah, but you can tell me. Look up to the Irish boys in Digbeth. I can teach him. Yeah, and then what? They promote him. Big money in London. On the book, control the odds. Like an horse. Control when he wins, when he loses. Alfie Solomon runs a fighter. For us.
I can't imagine
You know who's gonna win.
that kid
Going on that, Tom.
is going to agree to lose. I
Right, we'll do
sort
it.
of get what's happening,
We need to do a deal.
but I don't know why.
So when will my first real fight be, do you think, Mr. Shelby?
Well, as soon as we can find anyone stupid enough to get in the ring with you.
He's so, like,
God help him.
excited.
Peaky Blinder now, son.
Maybe that was the plan all along.
Come on, Chef. Thank you.
So now he can get inside information and pass it back to Gold.
What you're doing here is robbery.
Every man is free to leave.
You cut 5 shillings from the weekly wage.
To give them to your ladies.
And you said if I did that, you'd bring every man and woman in all my factories out on strike.
And
Yes.
she will. When is that happening? Today at noon?
I thought at least we might have a discussion. As I do with other owners. Nobody will walk out on strike. Because no one can afford to. And until recently, it's almost as if you want trouble.
That's what I was saying earlier. Well, I don't know that he wants it, but it just seems to find him.
Just blow your fucking whistle, eh?
So now let's see. Most of them seems like they're all going. So my question is, what benefit does this have for Tommy if everyone's on strike? Oh, because then the police will be out dealing with this. Right? And that also gives him an empty building for something, maybe.
Who's next? He's a delegate from the European Council for Trade.
It's probably easier to have these meetings without anybody working because they don't have to worry about anything interrupting.
Mr. Shelby, this is Monsieur Pass from Paris.
No. No.
Came from Paris, eh?
He did not. He came over on that boat. I saw him.
I came here from Paris. I grew around me in French. Guess where I'm from?
I don't need to guess. Tommy, do you have a gun? Don't turn your back. Did this guy get frisked? Like, I know Tommy has a gun, but does he?
Come on a train. Your suit is pressed, your shoes are clean. Where'd you get your suits made? I heard you dress well, Mr. Shelby.
Yeah, his outfit's better than yours.
But now I see. Not so well as me.
Disagree.
I am surprised how easy it was to get into a room with you. No.
Like,
No.
who's to say, why are they so, like, whatever about anything?
That during the trouble you had earlier on your factory floor, I sent an accomplice into your office.
Oh no, is there no bullets in that gun?
He found your gun. And unloaded it. Arthur Shelby. Molly Gray.
Fuck me!
Michael Gray.
So he knows Michael's alive.
John Shelby.
Then he... Oh.
Ada Thorne. And finally, Tommy Shelby.
Oh my god.
None of you will survive.
But my question is, why don't you just kill him right now? Or is it more fun to do it this way? This is the first time, like...
You wanna walk through the door?
That's what I'm saying. That Tommy's, like, ever been bested.
I want you to be alive after your entire family is dead. Because my mother says, instead of sending you a black hand, I could have had you killed in the night. I don't know why. And I want to suggest to you that we fight this vendetta with honor.
It is so strange to watch Tommy not have the upper hand in any situation.
No civilians, no children, no police.
This is, like, such a bizarre mutual respect between them.
Where's John, do you think, Tom? Fuck knows. Oh, he's gone now.
It's not here.
Like a hole behind your head. He's just not here anymore.
Yeah. That's my feeling on the afterlife. And I feel like for all the shit that Arthur's gone through, I would have thought he would have died long before John.
It's like with Grace. Arthur.
mean, that's the good news. That's the good takeaway from this episode. Somehow Michael survived. And actually, as much as I didn't think it was possible, the explanation that they gave actually makes sense. Because I saw him get hit multiple times, but it turns out that really only one of those was an actual bullet. And we did see Tommy get shot in the chest, I think, with one bullet at some point prior to now. And he ended up being okay too. So basically this is sort of exactly the same-ish. So Michael has convinced Polly to get back in good with Tommy because he wants everybody to stay safe. And then once this whole thing has passed, he has promised her that they will go to Australia together, which makes me anxious that one of the two of them is not going to make it to that point. But they're telling us that Michael needs to be in bed for 5 weeks and then he'll be okay. So Polly is back in trying to tell Tommy what he needs to do to make sure that everything is working properly and moving forward. I still don't know what's happening with the whores. I don't get it. I understand, the workers having to know who they are and knowing their families and stuff. That all makes sense, but we're getting Lizzie to vet the whores, which is fine. That part I understand, but why are we concerned about having so many whores? I'm confused about that point. And what exactly is it that they're doing? Just regular whore things? I don't know. So I'm a little sketchy on that. I was so concerned about trying to figure out what Bonnie's role was in this. And I was so caught up in the fact that, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was so caught up in the fact that, wondering whether or not he was going to try to get information from the Peaky Blinders and feed it back to his father, that I didn't really think about all the chaos that was happening in the warehouse. So the mafia dude, Chiretta, was all like, yeah, during this thing that was happening, I had a guy, he came in here in overalls, he took your gun, I got your bullets or whatever. So now I'm wondering if there was any way that they set this up as a diversion, the Gold father and son people. But I don't think that they could have known that Tommy would do that in the middle of the workplace. But it was a really good diversion to get somebody in and take care of that. And there really isn't any good security happening. He's right, because when Michael was in the hospital, Polly was like, I don't want, Peaky Blinders watching this room. I want fucking soldiers. I want, the best people that we have doing this. And Tommy's like, yeah, I got it. And the people who come in to watch the room are fucking asleep. So I don't know what that means for their security right now. And how confident are we that whoever Tommy has protecting people are able to do their jobs? I don't know how confident I feel in that happening right now. So that happened. John is definitely dead. I mean, we saw him dead. We saw him at the morgue. We saw them light him on fire. There is no coming back from that. John is gone. And I originally thought when they had the meeting and Tommy was like, can we call peace for at least the time being or whatever, I really thought Finn was gonna step up into John's role. But then later on, when Bonnie did the boxing, they're like, hey, now you're a Peaky Blinder. So I don't know if Bonnie is sort of, I don't want to say taking the role of John, in the sense that I don't think he'll be doing things that John did, but I wonder if he's the character who's sort of replacing the missing John. I'm not really sure. But I am very interested to see how that plays out, because I feel like there's so many different ways that can go. And there are so many good storylines to use that with. Even though we already have, like I had said earlier, what I assume is going to be the setup for the rest of this season, the storyline with the fucking New York Mafia here, very specifically planning to kill every member of the damn family. And they already got John, and they've made it very clear that they're leaving Tommy until last, which I get. But it's a weird... Now, as somebody who grew up watching a lot of Italian mafia movies, it does seem that they do have this sort of like code of honor, so to speak, and this respect. And I feel like both of them feel similarly in that aspect. And the same sort of happened how this whole thing started, when Arthur and John wouldn't kill the wife because she's not really supposed to be part of it. Like, families and kids, like, you know, we're kind of supposed to stay on the outsides a little bit. And they said, you know, Tommy was like, no families, no kids, not no families, no civilians, no kids. So, like, they have, like, a mutual respect in the sense that this is about the two of us, this is our vendetta, this is our revenge, and it doesn't, like, that's the only people that, like, it should include, which is nice. You know, bad guys have their own code of honor, if you will, but it still was a little bizarre to see that kind of interaction between people who were talking about murdering each other. But also, it was so fucking weird to see Tommy not being like 6 steps ahead. I was shocked when, what is that dude's name? I can't remember his name. You know, the mob guy. I said it earlier. Chirenga, whatever. When I realized that he had the upper hand, and I'm like, there are no fucking bullets in that gun. I could not believe that Tommy got. Like, I couldn't believe it. Very, very unnerving for this show. What else is happening? I think that's it. So much fucking happens. I guess that's probably it. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, this is gonna be... I know. I feel like I this is just gonna be a hell of a season. Like, I feel like the first 2 episodes in season 4 set up so many possible great storylines to play this season out. And I am super excited. And when we were like maybe a third of the way through this episode, I was going to be like, all right, this episode is good. And I'm really enjoying it. But I don't know that it's up to the caliber of every other episode that I've seen so far. And then we sort of passed into the second half of the episode and I went, nope, I was wrong. It's fucking great. They're all fucking great. It's absolutely ridiculous that we are this far into this series and every single episode has been a 10 out of 10. It's absolutely fucking crazy. So, I think that's all I'm going to say for this one. I hope you had a good time. I certainly did. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!